Gather around, my fellow nightmare enthusiasts, if you dare, as we delve deep into the heart of darkness and explore the chilling tales of the dancing forest, trees that twist and turn. Imagine a forest where the very air hangs heavy with dread, where the rustling of leaves sounds like whispered secrets, and the gnarled branches seem to reach out like skeletal fingers. This is no ordinary woodland, my friends, but a place where nature itself has turned sinister, where the trees dance to a macabre melody only they can hear. Tonight we unravel three terrifying tales from this haunted woodland, tales whispered among those brave or foolish enough to venture into its depths. Prepare yourselves, for what you are about to hear might just keep you awake long after the lights go out. Our journey begins on the outskirts of the dancing forest, in a place known as the Whispering Pines. Locals will tell you to avoid this area unless you wish to lose your mind. They say the wind carries voices through the pines, whispers that chill you to the bone. But these are not the voices of the living, oh no. Legend has it that these whispers belong to the souls trapped within the trees, forever bound to the forest. There was once a young woman named Anya, known for her walks in the woods. She'd always felt drawn to their eerie beauty, unafraid of the stories that circulated. One day she wandered deeper than ever before, drawn by an alluring melody only she could hear. It led her to the Whispering Pines. Anya felt an odd pull towards the pines, their whispers growing louder, clearer. She could almost make out words, sentences, stories, but they were jumbled, chaotic. The melody grew stronger, and Anya found herself swaying to its rhythm, her mind growing hazy. Days turned into weeks, and Anya was nowhere to be found. Search parties returned empty-handed, their hope dwindling with each passing hour. Some say they could hear faint whispers coming from the pines, a chorus of voices repeating Anya's name, a chilling serenade that sent shivers down their spines. Anya was never seen again, her fate a chilling reminder of the forest's sinister power. The whispers remain a constant reminder of the forest's hunger, its insatiable desire to consume the living, to add their voices to its symphony of sorrow. The locals believe Anya's soul now resides within one of the pines, her voice added to the chilling chorus. They say if you listen closely you can hear her voice, clear as day, calling out from the woods, warning others to stay away. But the forest's allure is strong, its beauty deceptive. Many have been drawn in by its ethereal charm, only to become another voice in the wind. Are you brave enough to venture into the Whispering Pines? Or will you heed the warnings whispered on the wind and stay far, far away? The forest holds many secrets, many tales whispered on the breeze, but be warned, my friends, for some secrets are best left buried, some stories better left untold. Yet here we are delving deeper into the heart of the dancing forest, where the trees twist and turn, and the shadows hold their breath, waiting for the unsuspecting soul to stumble into their grasp. Deeper into the dancing forest lies a place known as the Twisted Grove. Here the trees are not content with merely whispering their secrets. They writhe and contort, their branches twisting into unnatural shapes, forming a macabre ballet of wood and bark. Some say it's the work of a dark magic that permeates the forest, twisting and contorting everything it touches. Others believe the trees themselves are sentient, their twisted forms a reflection of the evil that festers within the grove. Whatever the cause, the Twisted Grove is a place of palpable dread, where the air is thick with an almost tangible sense of malice. It is said that if you find yourself lost in this grove, you will never escape. The trees will close in around you, their branches reaching out like grasping claws, pulling you into their embrace, trapping you forever within their twisted forms. An old folk tale tells of a group of woodcutters who dared to venture into the Twisted Grove, their hearts filled with greed, their minds blinded by the promise of valuable timber. They laughed off the warnings of the villagers, dismissing them as mere superstition. The forest, they believed, held no power over them. They would take what they wanted, consequences be damned. But the forest exacts its own form of justice. The woodcutters entered the twisted grove, their axes glinting under the oppressive canopy. They began to fell the trees, their laughter echoing through the woods, oblivious to the shadows that lengthened with each swing of their blades. As the sun began to set, casting long, eerie shadows across the grove, the woodcutters decided to head back, their carts laden with freshly cut timber. But the grove had other plans. The trees, their branches twisted and gnarled, seemed to press in closer. The paths they swore they'd taken now unrecognizable. Panic set in as the woodcutters realized they were hopelessly lost, trapped within the grove's sinister embrace. The laughter ceased, replaced by frantic shouts and desperate pleas for help. But the forest remained indifferent, its silence a deafening testament to their folly. They were never seen again, their fate a grim warning to those who dared to underestimate the forest's power. Some say, if you listen closely in the dead of night, you can still hear the echoes of their pleas for mercy, their cries swallowed by the rustling leaves and the creaking branches. The twisted grove stands as a silent testament to the forest's unforgiving nature, a chilling reminder that some places are best left undisturbed. That the forest's allure is a powerful thing, drawing the curious and the foolhardy deeper into its heart. Our journey through the dancing forest continues, leading us to a place where the darkness is deepest, where the trees whisper, twist and turn, and where the very air seems to crackle with an ancient primal fear. Chapter 3. The Haunted Thicket. At the heart of the dancing forest lies a place shrouded in shadow and fear, whispered about in hushed tones. They call it the Haunted Thicket, where trees come alive at night, their branches reaching out like claws. Spirits of those who spent the night within its borders haunt the thicket. They wander amongst the trees, their eyes glowing with an eerie light. Many tales are told of the haunted thicket, each more chilling than the last. Some whisper of an ancient evil that feeds on the fear of the living. Others speak of rituals conducted beneath the thicket's canopy, summoning dark forces. The most terrifying tale is that of the tree spirits. They say the trees are sentient and hunger for living flesh. They crave the taste of fear and will stop at nothing to satisfy their hunger. Legend has it that a group of travellers, lost and desperate, stumbled upon the haunted thicket. Night was falling, and they were miles from the nearest village. Despite warnings, they took their chances in the thicket, dismissing the stories as folklore. As darkness descended, the travellers gathered around a fire, their faces pale with fear. The forest seemed to press in, shadows taking on unsettling shapes. One by one the travellers disappeared, their screams swallowed by the rustling leaves. The remaining travellers huddled closer to the fire, their hearts pounding. They could hear the trees moving, branches scraping, roots tearing at the earth. By morning only one traveller remained, his eyes wild with terror. He stumbled out, babbling about trees that walked and whispered, eyes that glowed, and hands that dragged his companions into the ground. He was never the same again, driven mad by what he witnessed in the haunted thicket. The haunted thicket remains a place of fear and dread, where the trees dance to a dark rhythm. It is a place to be avoided, where even the bravest souls fear to tread. The dancing forest is vast, its secrets many, its stories whispered on the wind, waiting for those brave enough to listen or foolish enough to ignore the warnings. And so we reach the end of our journey into the heart of the dancing forest, a place where trees whisper, twist and turn, where the shadows hold their breath, and the very air is thick with fear. We've explored the chilling tales of the whispering pines, where voices of the lost echo on the wind. The twisted grove, where nature itself contorts into a macabre ballet. And the haunted thicket, where the trees come alive, hungry for the warmth of living flesh. These tales serve as chilling reminders that some places are best left undisturbed, some secrets better left buried. But the human heart is drawn to the unknown, to the allure of the forbidden. Perhaps you, dear viewer, are brave enough to venture into the dancing forest, to face the shadows and uncover its secrets for yourself. If you dare to join me again on another journey into the darkness, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a tale.